Good morning. All right, good morning, everybody. I'm getting set up here a little bit for our live reading. I just wanted to pop on and give some people a chance to join live while I set up. And so if you're watching the replay, I apologize for the, time it takes in between now and when the reading actually gets started, but you can always skip ahead a little bit. So I'm just lighting some Palo Santo right now to clear the energy. I don't do this before every reading. I don't feel like it's necessary for me at this time, but I'm feeling this. It's Monday, so it's the beginning of the work week for most of us, and some people start their weeks on Sunday, but I've never really subscribed to that way of thinking. It's always Monday is the beginning, so just kind of clearing the energy for the week ahead, really. So if you've never done Palo Santo before, it's like this. It's like a little stick. It has similar qualities to sage, although it's unique in its own way. It smells really good. It smells woodsy and kind of woody and kind of hard to describe, but it's really nice. And I've been using it in place of white sage, for a lot of reasons, but one of them being, to preserve, preserve and respect Native cultures, and not to use tools that are necessarily I think you can use white sage. There's nothing wrong with it, but you need to be really mindful about where it's sourced and how it's coming to you. And so I've just kind of been using Palo Santo in place of it. I've also heard that white sage is more, they're both for energy clearing, but Palo Santo actually also puts like good vibes back into the energy. So that I like that idea. So I'm going to start our morning here with a card of the day. I'm using the Everyday Tarot deck, which is new-ish to me, and I've been using it for these daily lives that I'm doing every morning about 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're watching the replay and you want to try to join live, please set your alarm or set a reminder, or hopefully social media will do its job and notify you. That would be ideal, but we can't always trust the socials to promote each of us, especially when we're just starting out here. So I have my I have my Be Your Own Boss mug. So this is kind of a funny story. I actually took a picture of this mug yesterday. It was the first time I used it because I wanted to make a post about basically about procrastination and how what I've learned about how necessary it is to just take action and not wait to have things all figured out, and also to have that follow through and to be able to know yourself well enough to plan ahead with your schedule and all of those things. So long story short, I enrolled in this program. It's Sunny Lenarduzzi's program. It's like a 4-hour training on basically YouTube SEO and how to get people, get your videos found on YouTube. So I post all of these live replays on my YouTube channel, and I have not been able to get much traction, but I signed up for this program months ago and haven't actually followed through to take it. I also didn't follow through with, you had to send a little email to get your free mug if you signed up, right away or whatever for this program. And it's like, even that I procrastinated, but I finally did it. So it's like one step in the right direction. And I like this reminder because it's also, however long ago, 3 months ago or 4 months ago when I bought the program, I was in such a different mentality space with my business and with what I'm doing here online and with my energy work and my readings and everything that I feel encompasses my business. And so I feel like the mug came to me at a good time. I actually was trying to make this business work prematurely, financially and everything. And then I went back to a full-time job, something new, and it allowed me to ground more while I actually work on this business. So that was a lot of details that maybe don't make sense, but I just, wanted to share that little story and the story of that mug. And now what it means to me now is like when I can hold this mug and not necessarily work for anybody else, even if it takes, no matter how long it takes, like I'm still going to have that mentality. Even at my job, I'm still going to have that mentality that like I am in charge. And I guess what I mean to say through the bit about taking action is like no one's going to do it for you. If you have something you want to build on and you have ideas that you want to share with the world, no one's going to do that for you. You need to step up and take the actions necessary to get your message out. And the last couple of readings have really been about speaking your truth and communicating what you really think and having these new inspired ideas that you bring into your reality. So, I feel like this is just kind of more of a carryover of that energy that I'm feeling to talk about right now. And if you're interested in, the replays for these, I think on Instagram, you can only watch them for 24 hours on my stories, but they're always available on YouTube, on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, Igniting Insight. And there's links to those things through my Instagram bio as well. Everything is linked to each other, so you should be able to find me wherever you like to hang out. So let's see what we can get. What's the energy for today? Now that we've rambled for a good few minutes here. Okay. The Empress. This is divine feminine energy. This is an energy of feeling and being and embodying a state of abundance, nurturing, being in touch with your intuition, feeling your connection to the earth also. And I'm feeling that this is the energy that we're meant to embody today. No matter if you're male or female watching this, because it's really just about, to summarize masculine and feminine energy for those of us that might be unfamiliar with these concepts. The masculine energy is it's drive, it's action, it's movement, it's active, it's also mental. The feminine energy is receptive, intuitive, emotional, and more, I would say more rooted and grounded. Where the masculine is going forward all the time, the feminine is more rooted and grounded. And this is definitely an earthy kind of energy. So let me go ahead and take a look at the chart for today, the astrology chart, to see what else is coming through for the energy through the astrology and how it might relate to this Empress energy. Let's see if there's anything that pops out to me. We do right now have the moon trine to Mercury in Leo. So I've talked a little bit about this in other readings. I actually touched on the moon going into Mars yesterday. So Mercury is communication and thought and intellect, and it's in Leo, which is about self-expression. So we're in a time right now of really expressing ourselves in our communications and thinking about, who we want to really be in the world and how we want to express ourselves, how we want to be seen. And also, we could be having easy communications around creative projects and things like that. With the moon here in Leo, trine. So trine is like a harmonious relationship between these two planets. The moon rules our emotions on our feminine side. So we could take that as the Empress here. It's in the really fiery, active, masculine sign of Aries, and it's trining to Mercury and Leo. So what I'm getting is basically the reminder with this card, the Empress, is to remain rooted, because we're having a lot of fiery energy still around our emotions, around our communication, our self-expression. And this is just a reminder to, just to be in touch with that feminine side and not to lose sight of it. Hi, Alwyn. Good morning. Let me actually pull one more card to see if there's any more messages and guidance that want to come through, because this is super general. It's just and sometimes that's what we need, really, just being in touch with your feminine side, so you don't let the masculine energy that's really strong right now kind of run away with you. The moon doesn't love Aries that much. It doesn't feel super comfortable there, so your feminine side might need extra attention, because you could be feeling like there's the garbage trucks are coming. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like Aries doesn't want to sit there and think about how it feels and listen to its intuition, and it just wants to go. It just wants to take action. It just wants to move forward, and it doesn't really want to think before it acts. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So with the moon there, the moon is trying to express its feminine, emotional, intuitive side through this really active, driven energy, and sometimes that's difficult to do. So I want to pull a card to guide us through that experience. What would help us in actively expressing our emotional, intuitive side today with the moon here. Well, we got the moon, so that's interesting. Right as I said the moon as well. And I think, it's just like, it's what I'm getting is pull back a little bit today. If you are someone that's really driven and you want to go, just pull back a little bit today. Check in with your intuition, check in with your emotions. Make sure what you're working so hard on right now is actually serving you and serving your community and serving your goals and getting you closer there, because it's like, I don't feel that this is going to be anything that we couldn't recover from, but I want you to be able to, basically like make the most progress in your life in the easiest way possible with the least amount of resistance. So this message is just pull back a little bit if you're someone that's super driven and wants to go. If you have a lot of ideas today, and make sure that you're connected with your intuition. I think once you connect to your intuition and your emotions, and you make sure that what you're doing feels really good, you can still totally use the active energy we have today and move forward. But it's just a reminder. Some of us could have a little bit of some unexpected emotions today, I would say, because like I said, the moon's not super comfortable in Aries, and the moon card here too is about shadows. It's kind of about the dichotomy between light and dark. So definitely it's possible that some of us could be having some of our shadow side come up, or just some unexpected, like maybe you get triggered by something and some old emotions come up, or some old memories or something like that, like this implicit stuff that we don't think about when we're in this like active go 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 kind of energy. But if it's still there, there's a chance it could get triggered if we're not consciously tuning in. So my guidance, my advice is to take some time to consciously tune into your intuition and your emotions, so that they don't accidentally trigger you, or so you don't find yourself in a place where you're dealing with some unexpected shadows, or just triggers that you maybe haven't been feeling for a while, but all of a sudden they're coming up. So take some time to tune in. You can actually, this is perfect because I wanted to share this with you all. So I created a new light language activation. So this is, it's a little bit vulnerable for me to share about this, because it's not something I talk about a lot, that I do use light language. I do have this gift activated in me. And so I created a healing. It was a very intuitive light language, kind of guided meditation, activation, healing. Basically, all you need to do if you are interested in watching it is you can find it on YouTube, and you just can listen, close your eyes, and listen to what's being said. And I will be speaking a language that you might not understand, but I do translate it. So I'll speak a little bit in the light language and then translate what is coming through. But in the video, I actually have a little bit of information. I'm just typing it in here. It's called, well, you can, I'm going to put it in YouTube. I hope that this is right. Or I'm sorry, I'm putting it on Facebook. It did go through. If you're on Instagram, you could go to my bio and click on my links, and you can get to my YouTube channel that way, and you can find it. So basically, light language, it's code. It's code that comes from source, that comes from your higher self, your soul. It's basically like a universal language of light, and it contains actually energy codes where if you listen to it, it can do subtle energy work within you, just by you listening to it. Something I mentioned sometimes that I don't have a lot of follow through with right now is that I'm also a musician. I'm a singer-songwriter and a producer. I just started working with a friend of mine on a new project. So hopefully I'll be able to share some music with you soon. But given that that's my background, I feel like light language was a natural evolution of, who I am and the gifts that I have. And so doing things with my voice and with sound is very important to me. And so this is something you can just go listen to. I think it's about 12 or 13 minutes. And I invite you to just check it out and see if, how it makes you feel, see if it, kind of helps you meditate. It was intuitive that I was channeling. So it was, it was not planned, like what we were going to activate specifically. So it kind of does a whole bunch of different things, but in general, it's a heart chakra activation. So if you're having any issues connecting to your emotions or connecting to your heart or your feminine side, then please do listen to this activation, because I think it will help you. It could be a great way to, like I said, ground into your intuition so that you can make sure that your actions are coming from a balanced and intuitive place. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this. If you watch the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments so I know. And if you want to book a private reading with me, I have those available. You can find the link in my bio again on Instagram, and I will put it here on Facebook for anyone that might be here. And I have really affordable options. I would love to work with you and see if I can help get you through some challenges or give you some inspiration for what might be coming in for you in the next few weeks or so. But yeah, with all that, thank you so much. I hope to see you tomorrow morning, 7:30, same time, same place. And I wish you all the best on your day ahead. Thank you so much. Namaste.